financial expectations that just don't work anymore in 2025. Let's get started and talk about it. A lot of these are traditions I grew up with, and they just simply don't work anymore for many people's finances. And I grew up with a lot of traditions, okay? So some of these are kind of hard for me not to go with, especially a few of them really, ring true to me. First one, gifts. I've spoken a lot about this. Many people are not exchanging gifts anymore for any holiday just to save money because it can get out of control. It went from gifts for everybody and then picking names, and now a lot of people are just saying, hey, let's just get together, Number two, weddings, showers, bridesmaids. I'm putting all that together. Growing up, they would have a shower and you would go and you'd bring a gift to that. And then you'd go to the wedding and you'd bring a gift to that. Then if you were asked to be in the wedding and be a bridesmaid, you bought your own dress, you bought your own shoes, you brought your matching purse, and you'd be the one responsible. A lot of people are bowing out and not doing any of that stuff. I've known many people during their financial journey that are like, you know what, I'm paying off debt, I can't be a bridesmaid, and I can't fly to your wedding, and some people, it's hurt feelings, but they just don't want to spend all that money on that, okay? Number three, traditional holiday meals. And I know I've overcooked and made so many side dishes, and a lot of people are not doing that. They just might have a simple meal because many times it's leftovers that don't get eaten. And some people do love the traditional holiday meal. It depends how many family and if everybody's chipping in. But many people are changing the way they eat. They're changing traditions. Traditions are changing. Number four, mailing cards and pictures. Mailing out cards, and I've mentioned this before, I think Christmas cards are great, but why mail a Christmas card out to somebody? Because if you only never talk to them and they just sign their name, to me that seems like foolishness. I mean, growing up, when my mother mailed out cards, number one, we'd talk to these people throughout the year, and number two, we'd maybe see them a couple times a year, and number three, she would actually write a letter to each person, okay, handwritten letter. People don't do that kind of stuff anymore. So that's something else. They say it's because of cost. And also, I used to get pictures done with, my daughter at some of these different places and mail pictures out. I don't think people are doing that anymore. They mostly take them with their cell phones. Number five, traditional social engagements. People do get together, but a lot of people are not taking each other out for their birthdays anymore that much, because if you take your whole family with you, it can end up being kind of costly. Number six, helping people with their finances. Now, people are still doing it, but I've noticed that some people that I've spoken to over the last few years are like, you know what? My brother Joe is just going to have to figure out, my sister Samantha is going to have to figure it out, because I'm taking care of my four walls, and we've helped out before, but then they always come back needing more help. So right now I don't feel bad. I'm taking care of my four walls. Okay, this one is important. Let me know if you've had this. It happened to you. Buying from your friend, like if you have a friend and they have a child that's in elementary school or junior high and they're selling candy bars or wrapping paper, feeling like you have to buy from them. I don't notice people doing as much of that anymore. I'm not sure if the schools are not doing that or people just aren't asking me, but that's another big thing. And last but not least, I've noticed this. I'm going to put yearbooks / class rings, things like that. I mean, when I was in school, almost everybody went to prom. Everybody bought a yearbook. Most people bought a class ring. I didn't, because I thought, why do I need a class ring? I'm only going to wear it one year. I mean, so I never bought a class ring. Plus, even back then, they were really expensive. I thought, I don't want to spend this much on a class ring. But people just aren't spending the money on this stuff. So I've noticed people are not spending money on a lot of the traditional things that I grew up spending money on. I want to ask you guys, what are some what you call outdated financial expectations that you think don't work anymore, things that you see people not spending a lot on anymore? I want to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. Love you, appreciate you, and I hope to see you on tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.